Now, I went to England as a chosin. The Rebbe sent me, he said to go there for a speech, for this, for a speaking engagement. I went there, and the Rebbe said, not only Manchester, go to London also. I went to London, and there I met Rabbi Ben Zion Shem Tov, Olav Shalom. And he gave me a present for the Rebbetzin Chana, the Rebbe's mother. And I made sure that I got back to New York for Yud Alef Nissan. I went there for Beis Nissan. I wanted to be back because it was Chav Beis, there was a Farbrengen. It was a Friday. And I came back. I went straight to 770 in the morning with Seder Chassidus. And I went to Reb David Raskin, Olav Shalom. And I said, ich habe etwas for the Rebbe's mutter. I have something here, a package. So can I give it to you to give over to her? He says, you have the package from Rabbi Shem Tov. You give it yourself. He says, today, Yud Alef Nissan, it was a Friday morning, there's a group of Chassidim that go on zu wünschen the Rebbetzin Chana. I never even knew about this. What time? 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever it was. It's just a time that they're going. And he said, you come with us. So I went. And I was fascinated. There was a group, there was not a minion there, maybe 6, 7, they were all with old, there's a Ziknei Anash, old Hasidim. Reb David was like, he was the younger man there. And I was just the Nachschlepper, a Bocha. I gave the present and this and that. And I asked Reb David, when does this happen? He said, every year, Yud Alef Nissan and Chof Ov. So Chof Ov, Tovshin Chof Gimel, I was in England on Shlichus. And the Rebbe gave us a Shlichus over the summer. But Yud Alef Nissan Chof Dalid and Chof Ov Chof Dalid, I was zoicha to be there by the Rebbetzin. So I want to tell you what happened. Yud Alef Nissan Chof Dalid, and I want to tell you what happened when I told over to the Rebbe this story and what he told me. Yud Shvat Tovshin Chof Dalid, we sat at the table there. Again, there was maybe 7, 8 people. I didn't count them. I don't know what there was. And the Rebbetzin then gave out liqueur, mashke, to say l'chaim, and she led the Farbrengen. And the Rebbetzin said, she took the mashke, and she said like this, l'chaim, Zol Zain Gut. Those are the exact words that she said. L'chaim, it should be good for him. That's what she said. Sitting there was an ältere Chosed mit a weiße lange Bord, and he said, I know what you mean. Sometimes you want to give a bracha, and you cannot find the exact words that you want to say, so it's good to give a bracha klolis, a general bracha, so Zain Gut. So the Rebbetzin Chana said, she smiled, she said, Nicht das hab ich gemeint. That's not what I meant. I meant the protestische bracha is Zol Zain Gut. Es kommt dem. She added here 3 words. Es kommt dem. It should be good for him. He deserves it. That became baked into my consciousness, that word. I didn't, I was going to show you, whatever it was. I saw the Rebbe so much I didn't think about writing into the Rebbe like such a story at all. And then it came Tovshin Nun Aleph. 27 years later, at the Kinnes HaShluchim, the Rebbe gave every shliach who participated, the Rebbe gave $1,090, a check. They sent in the mail. Whoever was at the Kinnes, it was 1,000 shluchim, it cost $1 million. The Rebbe sent a check, $1,090. I got this check, And I said to my wife, what are we supposed to do with this check? I said, what's the cheshbon? What's the cheshbon of 1,090? It was Tovshin Nun Aleph. It was before Nisan. It was in Kislev, Tovshin Nun Aleph. So he was saying Kapitel Peites. It was only 89. I said, I think that, to me, this is a remez that I have to come to the Rebbe Yud Alef Nissan, Hascholas Shnas Tishin. And my wife said, I can't argue with that logic. And I went. And then I wrote to the Rebbe, like I do every year, Ada Yamazeh, for Yud Alef Nissan, you write upon and you vinchon. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was in, it was Yud Alef Nissan, Kipshutai. I was in the basement, and it's mir eingefallen, it's Shnas HaTzadik. And there's a posuk in Yeshaya, Imru LeTzadik Ki Toiv. Say to the Tzadik, it's good. So I suddenly remember the story, I'm Zol Zain Gut. So I decided, here's I was already a different person, I was already here, over 50 years old already. So I wrote to the Rebbe the whole story, which I had never written. Ben Shemtiv gave me the thing, and I went there, and I found out what happened, and what the Rebbetzin said, and what the elder the Chosset said. It's just a Bracha Klolis, and the Rebbetzin said, no, Zol Zain Gut, es kommt, and wrote the whole story. And then I had to go back to England for Pesach, and I called up the maskir, and he said it came out. I said, was there any response or anything? So he said that there was, it came out with like hundreds of different brachas to the Rebbe, and there was a bracha klolis, like I should say a bracha protest, each one, but on kol ha'mavorech misborech, ba'avochem ba'avochecha. But on your thing, where you wrote that story, the Rebbe wrote on the side, Chuas Chain ala Protem Shekosav. Thank you for the details. Then, that year, Nun Aleph, somebody who calls me his mashpia, came to me Pesach time, and he said he has a big problem. I said, what's your problem? He says, when it comes to Shvoicha Moscha, and you can wish everything, and all the doors are open, and all the gateways are open, and everything, and you can ask for what you need. And it's right there in the Rebbe's Haggadah, that the Rebbe Rashab told the Frierdiker Rebbe to have sechel to bet nefruchnius. He says, the door is only, we say just chamoscha, it's 15 seconds. What can you think in your mind in 15 seconds? I said, I tell you what, if you ask me, think 4 words. Zol Zain Gut. That the Rebbe's Kavanah should be oisgefiert. Because if you think that, it'll be good for everyone. If it'll be good what the Rebbe wants, I promise you, it'll be good for everyone, because that's what he wants. That's what the Rebbe wants. So every person has to think, how can I do something as the Rebbe Zol Zain Gut?